Most interesting videos, from chill dude knowledge. Forgotten technologies we still don't understand. Number 9. The Shroud of Turin, the mysterious photo before photography. It's one of the most studied and argued over pieces of fabric on Earth, a 14-foot linen cloth bearing the faint image of a man's body, complete with wounds matching crucifixion marks. Some claim it's the burial shroud of Jesus. Others say it's an incredibly detailed medieval fake. Here's the twist. The image isn't painted, drawn, or dyed. It's burned into the very surface fibers, but only a few microns deep. When scientists examined it, they realized it acted like a photographic negative long before photography existed. Radiocarbon tests place it somewhere around the 13th or 14th century, but the chemistry of the image doesn't match any known art technique from that time. It's as if someone managed to lightly laser etch an image using medieval candles and wishful thinking. To this day, no one can fully explain how the image formed. Some think it's a byproduct of a chemical reaction from decomposition. Others think it's radiation or a kind of natural, flash exposure. Basically, it's history's first unsolved photo mystery and possibly the world's oldest selfie. Number 8. The Iron Pillar of Delhi, the Rustless Wonder. In Delhi, India, there's a 1,600-year-old iron pillar that refuses to rust despite being exposed to rain, heat, and pollution for centuries. Modern engineers looked at it like, excuse me, how? It turns out the ancient blacksmiths somehow created a thin protective film of iron hydrogen phosphate on the surface, basically. A molecular shield that prevents corrosion. The kicker? No one else managed to replicate that level of purity and stability for over a millennium. While our cars dissolve after 5 monsoons, this pillar stands there like amateurs. It's both a monument and a middle finger to modern metallurgy. Basically, ancient Indian smiths invented stainless steel 1,000 years early, then didn't even brag about it. Number 7. The pyramid's precision geometry gone too far. The Great Pyramid of Giza is over 4,000 years old and still more precisely aligned to true north than most modern buildings built with lasers. Each side's length varies by less than 2 inches. 2 inches, over 755 feet. Now, that's either God-tier geometry or aliens. Spoiler, probably not aliens, but it's fun to imagine. Archaeologists believe they use the stars, shadows, and water levels to align everything. But here's the kicker. We still don't know how they moved and stacked millions of limestone blocks weighing several tons each without cranes, without steel, and definitely without OSHA safety standards. Some theories involve massive ramps, others say counterweights, a few say vibrations or sound levitation, which is ancient code for we have no idea. Either way, those builders had math skills that make modern contractors look like toddlers playing with Lego. Basically, the Egyptians weren't just building tombs, they were flexing on every civilization that came after. Number 6. Roman concrete, the immortal goo. Modern engineers can build skyscrapers that kiss the clouds, yet can't figure out how ancient Romans made concrete that literally heals itself. Yep, that gray gunk holding up the Colosseum, it's been chilling for almost 2,000 years while modern highways crumble after 5 rainy seasons. For centuries, scientists poked at it like, what's your secret, old man? Turns out, the Romans mixed in something called quicklime, basically powdered lava with anger issues. When cracks formed and water seeped in, the quicklime reacted, forming new minerals that sealed the cracks again. Imagine drywall that patches its own holes because it's tired of your nonsense. We rediscovered this by accident in the 21st century, proving once again that sometimes history isn't lost, we just forgot to read the notes. Basically, the Romans built immortal buildings, and we can't even make a phone charger that lasts a year. Number 5. The Antikythera mechanism, ancient Greek iPhone. Found in a shipwreck off a Greek island, this rusty clump of gears looked like junk until someone realized it was a 2,000-year-old analog computer. The Antikythera mechanism could predict solar eclipses, moon phases, and even planetary movements. All this, centuries before the word science was trendy. It's like discovering an ancient smartwatch that still works, except you can't update the OS because, well, time. What's insane is that we still don't know who built it, or how they achieved that precision with tools that barely existed back then. Some gears are so fine, modern machinists struggle to recreate them today. Basically, the Greeks built NASA with bronze and vibes, then collectively forgot how. Number 4. Viking sunstones, the invisible compass. Before GPS, before compasses, before even maps that weren't just go left at the big rock, Vikings navigated across oceans. And they did it using crystals. Legend says they had sunstones that could locate the sun's position even when it was cloudy or foggy. Modern researchers discovered that certain crystals like Iceland spar polarize light, meaning they can reveal the sun's direction when it's totally invisible. It's like sunglasses that give you X-ray vision for weather. The crazy part? Archaeologists found fragments of these crystals in Viking shipwrecks, suggesting it wasn't just myth, it worked. Which means Vikings were literally using optical physics to sail blind across deadly seas. So, while medieval peasants thought eclipses were demons eating the sun, Vikings were out there doing science with rocks. Number 3. The Baghdad Battery, the accidental power bank. In 1930, archaeologists dug up a small clay jar near Baghdad that looked ordinary until they noticed it had a copper cylinder, an iron rod, and traces of acid inside. Basically, a 2,000-year-old battery. If you pour in vinegar or grape juice, it actually produces a tiny electric current. So naturally, scientists lost their minds. Who invented it? What did they power with it? Tiny lights? Primitive electrotherapy? Ancient prank calls? No one knows. What we do know is that it predates the discovery of electricity by about 1,800 years. It's like finding a USB-C charger in a pyramid. Some say it was used for electroplating gold. Others think it was just a fancy storage jar that accidentally worked like a battery. Either way, it proves ancient people were either geniuses or really good at happy accidents. Number 2. The Voynich Manuscript, the book that outsmarted AI. Discovered in the early 1900s, the Voynich Manuscript is a 15th-century book filled with bizarre drawings of plants that don't exist, naked women bathing in green liquid, and text written in a language no one can decode. Cryptographers, linguists, codebreakers, even AI have tried cracking it. The result? Nothing. It doesn't match any known alphabet or structure. Some think it's an elaborate medical text, others say it's a coded alchemical manual, and a few believe it's an ancient prank, the medieval version of rickrolling. Whatever it is, the Voynich Manuscript proves something horrifying. Humans have always loved making stuff so confusing, future generations would lose sleep over it. Basically, it's the world's oldest unsolved homework assignment. Number 1. Roman dodecahedrons, the 12-sided mystery. Archaeologists have found dozens of these weird bronze objects all across Europe, 12-sided shapes with holes in each face and little knobs on the corners. No writing, no explanation, no ancient user manual. Just hundreds of identical mysteries. Some think they were candle holders, others, rangefinders for archers, or maybe knitting tools, or ritual dice for very fancy gambling. The truth is, nobody knows what Roman dodecahedrons were for, and that's the fun part. It's like an ancient IKEA part with no instructions, no context, and no customer service hotline. They appear in both military and civilian sites, so whatever they were, everyone seemed to want one. So either it was the ancient world's most confusing fidget toy, or we're looking at a technology so simple we can't even recognize it anymore. Motivational lies we all believe. Number 10. Never give up. Sounds noble, right? Like you're Rocky Balboa punching life in the face, but in real life, refusing to quit can make you miserable and broke. Psychologists even have a name for it. The sunk cost fallacy, the tendency to keep investing in something just because you've already invested too much. Sometimes quitting is evolution, not failure. It's your brain updating the software after too many system crashes. But society treats persistence like a religion, even when it's clearly hurting you. Imagine a ship sinking and someone yelling, "Don't give up, keep bailing water," while you drown in optimism. The truth? Winners quit all the time, just not the right things. Number 9. Follow your passion. Ah yes, the modern gospel of career advice. Follow your passion. Just imagine you quit your job, sell everything, move to a beach hut, and start a seashell art business because your heart told you to. Fast forward 6 months and you're broke, sunburned, and allergic to seashell dust. Here's the truth, passion isn't the cause of success. It's usually the result. Your brain only gets passionate about things it's already good at. That's because doing something well triggers dopamine, the same chemical that fires up when you eat chocolate or get a like on Instagram. So yeah, your calling is often just your brain chasing a chemical treat. Most people don't find passion, they build it through skill, time, and a lot of boring repetition. But follow your passion sounds way more inspiring on a coffee mug than work really hard at something until your brain decides it likes it. So the next time someone says, just follow your passion, remember, they might as well be telling you to follow your serotonin levels. Number 8, believe in yourself. Ah, the classic. The idea that confidence alone can bend the universe to your will. But here's a fun fact, overconfidence is one of the most documented human flaws. Psychologists even have a name for it, the Dunning-Kruger effect. It's when people with low ability think they're basically geniuses. You know, like that one guy who swears he could totally land a plane if he had to. Believing in yourself feels good because your brain rewards certainty with calmness. Doubt, on the other hand, triggers your fight or flight system, which is why uncertainty feels like anxiety. So your mind basically bribes you to be confident even when you shouldn't be. The truth? You shouldn't believe in yourself, you should test yourself. Confidence without evidence is just delusion with a positive slogan. Real self-belief isn't thinking you'll win before you try, it's knowing you'll survive even if you don't. Number 7. Hard work always pays off. You've heard it since childhood, grind hard enough, and success is guaranteed. But here's the thing. Reality doesn't sign contracts. The truth is, hard work increases your odds, not your outcome. It's like buying more lottery tickets you still might lose, but now you've got blisters and burnout. Studies on success show that factors like timing, luck, and connections often matter just as much as effort. Psychologists call this the illusion of control. We overestimate how much power we actually have over results. It's comforting to think our lives are equations where effort equals reward, but life's more like a chaotic group project where someone else gets the credit. Don't get me wrong, working hard is still the best move you've got, but always pays off? That's motivational fiction. Sometimes hard work just pays you in experience, trauma, and a slightly stronger caffeine tolerance. Number 6. Fake it till you make it. The slogan of every overconfident intern and motivational Instagram post. The idea sounds smart, act successful long enough, and eventually, you'll become successful. But the human brain isn't that easily catfished. When you fake it, your brain knows you're lying. Psychologists call it cognitive dissonance, the mental tension between who you are and who you're pretending to be. A little dissonance can motivate improvement, sure, but too much, and you just burn out from playing pretend. Confidence isn't cosplay. You can't duct tape self-belief onto insecurity and call it growth. The real trick isn't to fake it, but to practice it, do the small, boring reps until the skill and confidence are real. Otherwise, you're just a motivational hologram. Number 5. Think positive. Ah yes, the ultimate mental duct tape. Feeling miserable? Just smile harder. Broke? Just manifest abundance. Turns out, toxic positivity, yes, that's the real term, can actually make you feel worse. When you force positivity, your brain spots the lie. Studies show that pretending to be happy when you're not creates emotional dissonance, basically an argument between your logic and your feelings. It's like telling your stomach to stop being hungry because you're manifesting fullness. Real optimism isn't ignoring the bad, it's believing you can handle it. Think positive, sure, but also think realistic. Otherwise, you're just gaslighting yourself with glitter. Number 4. Everything is possible if you try hard enough. Your gym teacher probably said this right before you failed to climb that stupid rope, and while it sounds empowering, it's actually psychological nonsense. Effort is important, but it doesn't rewrite physics, probability, or genetics. This belief comes from something called the effort heuristic, your brain's tendency to assume that if something took a lot of work, it must be valuable or successful. But effort and outcome are not best friends. You can try insanely hard at the wrong thing and still end up nowhere. Ask any moth that's ever flown into a light bulb. The better truth is this: effort doesn't guarantee success, it just guarantees data. And data, not delusion, is how you actually improve. Number 3. Good things come to those who wait. Ah yes, the spiritual sibling of procrastination. Whoever said this clearly never met the modern attention span. Waiting around doesn't summon success, it just gives your competition a head start. This phrase survives because of something psychologists call delayed gratification bias. The idea that being patient automatically makes you wise or virtuous, but sometimes, waiting is just fear wearing a halo. Sure, patience can help when timing matters like baking bread or planning revenge, but in most cases, action beats meditation. Think about evolution. The patient caveman didn't get the mammoth. He watched someone else get it. The world rewards motion, not martyrdom. So stop waiting for the right moment. There isn't one, there's just now, followed by a bunch of excuses. Number 2, failure is not an option. Tell that to gravity. Failure is always an option and a necessary one. The brain literally learns through mistakes. It's called error-based learning. Every time you mess up, your brain updates its predictions, kind of like software patches. Without those failures, your mind would just keep running the beta version forever. This phrase started in NASA, where failure is not an option, was meant to motivate engineers under impossible pressure. But somewhere along the line, people took it way too literally, as if failure were a moral sin instead of a feature of progress. The irony? Every successful person is basically a failure collector, someone who's messed up enough times to map the minefield. So yeah, failure is an option. It's just not the one you put on your LinkedIn. Number 1, everything happens for a reason. Oh, this one's a fan favorite, the motivational comfort blanket of the universe. Lost your job? The universe is redirecting you. Stubbed your toe? Cosmic alignment. Your cat ran away? Maybe it just wasn't meant to be. This belief is your brain's way of rejecting chaos. Psychologists call it the just world hypothesis, the idea that the world is fair and everything that happens has meaning. But spoiler alert, it doesn't. Sometimes, bad things happen for absolutely no reason, and your brain just makes one up because it hates blank spaces. It's comforting, sure, but also kind of dangerous. If everything happens for a reason, then nobody's responsible for anything, and that's how you end up excusing garbage behavior with, "it was fate." In reality, life's not a cosmic puzzle, it's more like a toddler throwing puzzle pieces around the room. Innocent technologies with terrifying side effects. Number 11. The innocent Wi-Fi signal. You can't see it, you can't feel it, but it's everywhere. Wi-Fi uses electromagnetic frequencies to make your life easier, but some studies suggest those signals might interfere with brainwave patterns, especially during sleep. While there's no solid proof of long-term harm, people exposed to constant EMF have reported insomnia, headaches, and brain fog. Even if it's all placebo, that's still your brain saying, "Hey, maybe don't sleep in a microwave." Fun fact, there's an entire community of people who claim to be electrosensitive. They live in Wi-Fi free zones, sometimes underground, just to escape the invisible buzz. So yeah, we invented omnipresent magic air, and then got scared of it. Number 10. The innocent elevator button. Ah yes, the placebo button of civilization. You press it, it lights up, you feel powerful, but most of the time, it does nothing. Over 80% of pedestrian crossing and elevator closed-door buttons are completely disconnected, installed just to make impatient humans feel in control. And yet, it works. Psychologists call it the illusion of control, and it's one of the oldest psychological tricks in the corporate design handbook. You feel calmer because your brain believes it's taking action, even when the universe, or the elevator, ignores you entirely. So the next time you furiously mash that close button, remember, you're basically role-playing as a god in a simulation. That doesn't care. Number 9. The air conditioner of doom. You love that icy breeze. You need it. But your AC might secretly be lowering your immune defenses. Constant exposure to artificially cooled, recirculated air dries out your mucous membranes, your body's first line of defense against airborne germs. Plus, poorly maintained systems are basically bacterial theme parks. Studies have found colonies of Legionella, mold, and other microbial freeloaders chilling in AC units, just waiting to blow directly into your lungs. So yes, it's refreshing, until your sinuses become a petri dish. Number 8. The microwave paradox. You stand there, waiting for your leftovers to heat, completely unaware that the device in front of you used to terrify entire generations. When microwaves were first introduced, people legit thought they caused cancer, sterilized men, and melted your insides. Ironically, that fear wasn't totally unfounded, not the melting part, but the radiation part. Microwaves use non-ionizing radiation, which technically can't mutate your DNA, but that doesn't mean it's entirely harmless. If your microwave door seal is damaged, it can leak electromagnetic waves strong enough to mess with pacemakers or cause headaches in sensitive people. Plus, microwaving certain plastics can release microparticles of chemicals like BPA, the kind that loves to mimic hormones and confuse your endocrine system. So yes, it's convenient, it's fast. But every time you nuke your leftovers, there's a non-zero chance your Tupperware is plotting hormonal sabotage. Number 7. The innocent printer, aka office demon. It jams, it groans, it spews error codes that make no sense. But behind the chaos lies a darker truth. Laser printers emit ultra-fine toner particles, microscopic dust that can slip deep into your lungs. Long-term exposure in unventilated offices has been linked to respiratory irritation and inflammation. Some researchers even compared the particle output of a busy printer to that of a cigarette, which means that your 200-page report might have been printed at the cost of your lung cells. So yes, your printer might be the pettiest coworker of all, constantly sabotaging deadlines and quietly trying to kill you. Number 6. The alarm clock torture device. Every morning, it screams at you. You hit it. It screams again. And somehow, we all decided that this was normal. The modern alarm clock might look harmless, but it's basically a tiny machine built to give you a heart attack in your sleep. When that jarring sound explodes through your bedroom, your body immediately triggers a fight or flight response, cortisol spikes, adrenaline floods your system, and your heart rate jumps like you just saw a bear. Over time, this daily micro-trauma trains your body to expect danger first thing in the morning. That's why some people wake up already tired or anxious. Their day starts with a biological panic attack. Congratulations, your morning routine is actually just a mild stress test. Number 5. The electric toothbrush conspiracy. You thought you were just improving dental hygiene. Turns out, you were also auditioning for a role in a future vibrational anxiety study. Electric toothbrushes vibrate at frequencies that can trigger vertigo or even mild tinnitus in sensitive people. Some users report that using them daily messes with their inner ear balance, aka the thing that keeps you from walking like a dizzy cartoon character. But the weirdest part? That tiny buzzing motor also trains your brain to associate routine with reward. Which sounds good until you realize it's the same neural loop used in addiction patterns. In other words, brushing your teeth with an electric toothbrush is like giving your brain a daily slot machine pull but with mint flavor. So yeah, you might have great dental health, but also a subconscious craving for vibration-based validation. Number 4. The fitness tracker stalker. You bought it to get healthy, but somewhere along the way it became your tiny, glowing judge. Fitness trackers are supposed to help you move more, but studies show they can actually increase anxiety and even lower motivation over time. Why? Because your brain stops focusing on how you feel and starts focusing on the numbers. Miss your step goal by 200 steps? Boom, instant guilt. Heart rate spikes? Congratulations. Your wrist just gaslighted you into thinking you're dying. It's like having a personal trainer who never stops whispering, "You could be doing more." And don't forget the data part. These little bands collect detailed info on your body's habits, sleep cycles, and stress levels. Some companies have even sold that data to advertisers. So while you're proudly closing your rings, someone out there knows exactly when you get up, eat, and have your nightly mental breakdown. So yeah, it's technically helping you track progress, but it's also turning you into a quantified ghost haunted by your own statistics. Number 3. The innocent headphones. They isolate you from the noise of the world and from the world itself. Noise-canceling headphones seem peaceful, but your brain doesn't totally agree. The complete silence they create confuses your auditory system, which expects background sound. In response, your brain sometimes manufactures its own ringing, pressure, or phantom noise. Some users even report headphone hangovers, dizziness, ear pressure, and fatigue after long use. Your nervous system basically goes, "Wait, did we die?" and needs time to reboot. So yes, you can now get jet-lagged without ever leaving your couch. Number 2. LED lights and your zombie brain. Cool, energy efficient, and murderously bright. LED lighting has saved the planet some electricity, sure, but it's also slowly convincing your body that nighttime doesn't exist. The blue wavelength these lights emit suppresses melatonin, the hormone that tells your body, "Hey, maybe don't stay awake forever." So, When you sit under your LED desk lamp at 1 a.m., convincing yourself you're being productive, your brain actually thinks it's noon in July. That's why you can't sleep. Your body's clock is being gaslit by your lighting choices. Over time, this can mess with your mood, your hormones, and even your metabolism. Essentially, LEDs are like that friend who says, "One more episode until the sun rises." Number 1. The humble keyboard. Your keyboard looks clean enough, but statistically, it's filthier than a toilet seat. Millions of bacteria per square inch, most of them harmless, some not so much. Studies have found traces of E. coli, staphylococcus, and enough crumbs to start a new ecosystem. But the real side effect? Repetitive strain injuries. Typing for hours a day puts micro stress on your wrist tendons and finger joints, eventually leading to carpal tunnel syndrome, a condition that makes your hands feel like they're plugged into a low-voltage socket. So, while you type your productivity into existence, your body is quietly filing a workers' comp claim. Popular health habits that quietly damage you. Number 8. Morning lemon water lies. Ah, yes, the sacred ritual of squeezing a lemon like it owes you money and pretending it's a detox potion. You've probably seen it, wellness influencers sipping their lemon water like it's liquid enlightenment. The claim? It flushes out toxins. The reality? Your liver's sitting in the background like, you know that's literally my job, right? Sure, lemon water can hydrate you, but so can brace yourself regular water. And all that acid? It's not doing your stomach any favors first thing in the morning. Over time, that citric acid can wear down your tooth enamel, making your smile less glowy influencer and more ancient Roman statue. Plus, drinking too much of it can mess with your stomach lining, especially if you already have acid reflux. So, yeah, unless your goal is to erode yourself from the inside out, maybe stop pretending lemons are medicine. Basically, lemon water is great for recipes, not as a life philosophy. Number 7. The 10,000 steps cult. Here's a fun fact. The whole 10,000 steps a day rule? Totally made up. It wasn't discovered by scientists, it was invented by a Japanese pedometer company back in the mid-20th century, because 10,000 just sounded nice and marketable. The real kicker? There's no biological threshold where your heart suddenly decides, ah yes, finally 10,000, now we thrive. Walking is great, moving is great, but obsessing over that little number on your wrist? That's how you turn exercise into a guilt trip. People end up walking in circles around their kitchen at midnight just to hit some arbitrary marketing target. Studies show that the real health benefits start leveling off around 7,000 steps anyway. After that, you're just burning time, not calories. So the next time your smartwatch yells at you for not walking enough, maybe remind it that your ancestors survived with 0 step counters and probably better posture. Number 6. Smoothie overload. Ah, smoothies, the health halo in liquid form. You toss in kale, bananas, protein powder, and feel like you've just outsmarted mortality. Except, you've probably just made a sugar bomb with a gym membership. When you blend fruit, you destroy its fiber structure, the thing that slows sugar absorption, so your body suddenly gets hit with a tsunami of fructose, which spikes your blood sugar like you just pounded a soda. Your pancreas panics, your insulin skyrockets, and soon you're hungry again because all that healthy energy got burned off too fast. Even worse, people start adding honey, nut butter, or juice to make it taste better. Congratulations, you just turned your spinach shake into a liquid dessert. Sure, smoothies can be healthy, but only if you treat them like a meal, not a snack, and skip the extra sugar. Otherwise, you're just drinking fruit candy with a blender's approval. Basically, your morning detox smoothie is just a sugar rush in yoga pants. Number 5. The protein panic. Somewhere along the line, getting enough protein turned into a full-blown national emergency. People are out here treating chicken breasts like a controlled substance and chugging protein shakes like their muscles will vanish overnight. But unless you're a bodybuilder, marathoner, or someone who bench presses small cars, you're probably getting plenty. Your body can only use so much protein at once. After that, the extra doesn't magically become more muscle. It just gets broken down, stressing your kidneys and sometimes leading to dehydration or digestive issues. Fun, right? And those shakes with 40 grams of protein per scoop? Half of that ends up being expensive urine. The kicker, overdoing it on protein can actually replace other nutrients like fiber, vitamins, and healthy fats, leaving you more sluggish in the long run. So, maybe you don't need to panic if you miss your 5th scoop of whey today. Basically, your biceps won't file for divorce just because you skipped one protein bar. Number 4. Constant supplement syndrome. Ah yes, the vitamin for everything crowd. One for sleep, one for focus, one for hair, one for that weird feeling of existential dread. People are swallowing entire meals worth of pills daily, convinced they're biohacking longevity. But in most cases, your body is just politely saying, "Thanks, but I didn't ask for this." Unless you've got a genuine deficiency, popping supplements can actually mess with your system. Too much vitamin A can damage your liver, too much iron can cause toxicity, and overdosing on fat-soluble vitamins, A, D, E, K, is like hoarding nutrients your body can't even flush out. The supplement industry loves to act like science-backed saviors, but a lot of miracle capsules are barely tested or worse, mixed with fillers and unlisted chemicals. It's like buying health potions from a sketchy wizard on Etsy. Basically, if your daily routine involves more capsules than calories, you're not optimizing, you're overdosing on hope. Number 3. The detox delusion. Let's talk about the most profitable scam of the wellness world: detoxing. Whether it's teas, juices, or those terrifying colon cleanses, the idea is always the same: flush out toxins. But what toxins? Exactly. Nobody ever says. Probably because your body's already got a built-in cleaning crew: your liver, kidneys, and intestines. Detox products don't clean anything. They just dehydrate you, make you poop a lot, and trick you into thinking that's cleansing. Spoiler, it's not. In reality, your liver is a biochemical beast. It filters, neutralizes, and eliminates waste 24/7 without needing green juice encouragement. The only thing detox diets really purge is your bank account, and possibly your social life, after that 3rd detox day when you're hangry and hallucinating kale. Basically, your liver is already your detox plan. Everything else is marketing with a bathroom side effect. Number 2. Overhydration nation. Water is life, but too much of it? That's also death. Okay, not instant death, but water intoxication is a very real and very dumb way to ruin your day. The wellness crowd loves to chant "stay hydrated," as if you'll crumble into dust otherwise, but constantly chugging liters of water can dilute your blood sodium levels, something your brain really hates. When that happens, your cells start swelling, including the ones in your brain, which can cause headaches, confusion, nausea, and in extreme cases, seizures or death. Not exactly the glowing hydration you were promised. Most people don't need 8 glasses a day, they just need to drink when they're actually thirsty. Radical concept, I know. Your kidneys can only process about a liter per hour anyway, so if you're downing gallons because TikTok said it flushes toxins, congrats, you're now competing with your bladder for the title of most overworked organ. Basically, if your pee looks like bottled water, you've gone too far. Number 1. The ice bath craze. Everyone's dunking themselves into buckets of freezing water now. It boosts immunity. It builds discipline. It unlocks your ancient mammoth DNA. Okay, chill literally. While short cold exposure can have benefits, like reducing inflammation or improving mood, most people are doing it wrong. Staying too long in cold water can spike your stress hormones, constrict blood vessels, and even strain your heart if you've got underlying issues. Your body doesn't see an ice bath and think, "Ah, wellness." It thinks, "We're dying." That fight or flight response can be helpful in moderation, but overdo it, and you're just stress testing your organs for internet points. The irony? Half the people doing ice baths religiously also forget to get enough sleep, something way more powerful for recovery than turning yourself into a popsicle. Basically, your nervous system is not a training dummy for your willpower TikTok montage. Why the safest places aren't actually safe. Number 12. Hospitals. The Germ Olympics. Hospitals feel safe. White walls, clean floors, doctors in crisp coats. It's like walking into the world's most hygienic fortress. Except, statistically, they're among the most bacteria-filled environments on Earth. You walk in to fix a broken leg, and a microbe named Clostridioides difficile might decide your intestines look like a cozy Airbnb. It's not the doctor's fault, medicine's just messy business. When you pack the sickest people into one sterile building, bacteria evolve faster than your hand sanitizer can keep up. That's why hospital-acquired infections are an actual category of disease. Ironically, the place designed to heal you might also be plotting against your immune system. It's like staying at a hotel that charges you extra for breathing. Number 11. The Internet. Safety theater. The Internet, the illusion of control. You lock your accounts with passwords, enable two-factor authentication, and feel invincible behind your glowing screen. Meanwhile, some guy named Vlad in a basement 3 time zones away just guessed your password was pizza123. But the real danger isn't hackers, it's you. Every click, like, and scroll teaches algorithms who you are better than you know yourself. Your safe space online is basically a mirror that learns your weaknesses and sells them to advertisers. The web doesn't need to hack your data, it gets you to volunteer it. You think you're safe at home, scrolling through cat videos, but really, you're in a digital funhouse where every reflection is being monetized. Number 10. Airplanes. Controlled chaos. Airplanes are statistically the safest way to travel, but your nervous system doesn't care about math. It cares about the fact that you're in a metal tube, 35,000 feet in the sky, trusting physics, strangers, and a pilot who probably had to deal with turbulence before his coffee. The irony? Flying is safer because everyone treats it like a potential disaster. Engineers obsess over every bolt, pilots simulate every possible apocalypse scenario. Fear keeps the system functional. If humans were as careful driving cars as they are designing planes, traffic accidents would be a myth. So yes, air travel is safe, but only because we all quietly believe it isn't. Number 9. The gym. Controlled pain factories. Gyms are supposed to make you healthier, but walk into one and tell me it doesn't feel like a ritualistic torture chamber designed by someone who hates joints. You're surrounded by mirrors, sweating strangers, and machines that look suspiciously medieval. It's ironic humans evolved to move freely, run, climb, hunt. Now we pay monthly fees to simulate effort in an air-conditioned box while staring at ourselves. The illusion of safety is in the control. You won't fall, you won't bleed, but your spine might have a few questions about your form. And let's be honest, most of us are one bad squat away from permanent core memory. Number 8. Shopping malls. The security blanket illusion. Cameras everywhere, guards at every corner, smooth pop music looping on repeat. Shopping malls are engineered to make you feel safe while subtly draining your attention and wallet. It's not a coincidence. Bright lighting and familiar music calm your nervous system, lowering your defenses so you buy more stuff. The danger isn't robbery, it's psychological manipulation wrapped in a cinnamon pretzel smell. You think you're browsing freely, but you're actually being steered, tracked, and nudged like a lab rat in a designer maze. Number 7. Schools. The safety factory that breeds anxiety. Schools are supposed to be safe learning environments. In reality, they're where your stress response gets its first major workout. Bells scream at you to move, you're judged every hour, and failure is treated like a moral flaw. It's basically a psychological obstacle course disguised as education. The human brain evolved for exploration, touching things, breaking things, figuring stuff out. But schools say, sit still for 8 hours and memorize facts you'll forget by next Tuesday. And the kicker? We call that safety. It's structure, routine, order, but also the perfect recipe for anxiety, burnout, and lifelong imposter syndrome. Ironically, the safe school system can make your brain more scared of mistakes than actual danger. You stop learning for curiosity's sake and start learning to avoid punishment. That's not education, it's Pavlov's experiment with homework. Number 6. Cars' metal bubbles of denial. Cars give us a false sense of invincibility. You're in your own little climate-controlled pod, blasting music, sipping coffee, and yelling at pedestrians until physics reminds you who's boss. Statistically, driving is still one of the most dangerous things most people do daily. But your brain doesn't register that because it feels safe. You're surrounded by steel, airbags, and cup holders. Meanwhile, every red light is a test of collective sanity. The truth is, you're piloting a 2-ton bullet while answering texts. Comfort has tricked you into underestimating chaos on wheels. Number 5. Office buildings. Stress in a suit. Offices look safe. Ergonomic chairs, climate control, snack drawers. But mentally, it's a minefield. Your body's trapped in fluorescent lighting for 8 hours while pretending not to lose its mind. Your stress hormones spike, your posture collapses, and your brain quietly screams, "This isn't what hunter-gatherers were built for." The modern office promises stability but delivers chronic anxiety. The scariest part? You're not running from danger, you're politely emailing it. Number 4. Beaches, nature's sneakiest trap. The beach. Sunshine, waves, and the illusion of serenity. But under that sparkling surface, rip currents, jellyfish, UV radiation, and microbes that would love a tour of your sinuses. Your brain's fooled by beauty. It assumes that something bright and open must be harmless. But statistically, beaches are hotspots for dehydration, infections, and the occasional shark audition. Even the sand is out to get you. Tiny glass particles that can slice skin and host bacteria. You're not lounging in paradise. You're sunbathing on a microbial minefield. Number 3. Small towns, the illusion of control. Everyone dreams of escaping the chaos of cities to some quiet little town where nothing ever happens. But that's exactly the problem. Nothing ever happens. Monotony might keep you safe, but it also slowly eats away at your curiosity, ambition, and tolerance for change. In small, insulated environments, danger doesn't come from crime or chaos, it comes from stagnation. People get trapped in social feedback loops where everyone knows everyone else's business. You can't make a mistake without it becoming a town-wide legend. It feels safe because it's predictable. But predictable is just another word for no escape. Biologically, humans need novelty. Your dopamine system lights up when you face the unknown. It's how your ancestors didn't die in caves. A life with zero surprises might protect your body, but it quietly starves your mind. Number 2. Modern homes, fireproof anxiety boxes. Your house might have alarms, locks, cameras, smoke detectors, carbon monoxide sensors, basically a mini Fort Knox. But all that safety tech does something strange. It teaches your brain to expect danger. Every beep, every lock click, every push notification says, "Hey, something might kill you tonight." And while you sleep under 3 layers of security, your stress hormones stay quietly elevated just in case. Studies show people in high-tech, oversecured homes actually report more anxiety than those in less controlled environments. Turns out, the safest spaces can make you paranoid. You've built yourself a bunker, and now you live like it's the apocalypse. Number 1. Your own mind, the ultimate unsafe place. You can lock the doors, wear the seatbelt, avoid strangers, and still your brain can ambush you at 2 a.m. with, "Hey, remember that embarrassing thing you did 8 years ago?" Your mind is both your fortress and your prison. It's supposed to protect you from danger, but sometimes it creates the danger instead. The brain's main job is survival, not peace, so it constantly scans for threats, even when there aren't any. That's why you worry about texts you haven't received yet, or feel anxious before nothing in particular happens. It's your internal alarm system running background checks on reality itself. When life feels calm, the brain gets suspicious. Wait, things are too quiet. And boom, intrusive thoughts. It's your psyche's way of staying ready for chaos, even in total calm. You can't really shut it off. You can only learn to see it for what it is, a hyperactive bodyguard who keeps punching shadows. So yeah, you might build a life surrounded by safety nets, guardrails, and comfort zones. But the truth is, safety isn't a place, it's a feeling. And feelings, well, they're notoriously unreliable. Creepy chemicals you touch every single day. Number 12. The toxic pillow problem. You lay your head down at night, dreaming of peace and comfort, but your pillow has other plans. Many memory foam pillows are made from polyurethane and treated with flame retardants or formaldehyde-based adhesives. That means every breath you take while sleeping might include trace amounts of chemical fumes. Your pillow is literally off-gassing while you're trying to fall asleep. It's like spooning with a factory. Over time, those vapors can irritate your lungs, disrupt hormones, and mess with your sleep quality, which is ironic, considering that's the pillow's entire job. So, if you've ever woken up groggy and blamed your alarm clock, maybe try blaming your bedding's chemistry set instead. Number 11. The soap that lies. You think your soap is saving you from germs. It smells clean, it foams up nicely, it's covered in words like pure, natural, or refreshing, but if you flip the label, you'll find an ingredient list that reads like a villain's resume. Sodium lauryl sulfate, parabens, synthetic dyes, and fragrance, aka mystery blend of whatever the company wants to hide. That squeaky clean feeling after you wash your hands, that's actually your skin barrier being stripped of oils and replaced with microscopic irritants. It's like your soap cleans you so aggressively it forgets you're supposed to survive the experience. Basically, you're trading germs for a different kind of invisible grime. Number 10. The perfume illusion. Perfume ads make it look like one spray will turn you into a mysterious, seductive demigod. In reality, that mist is a mix of phthalates, ethanol, and volatile organic compounds. These ingredients don't just sit on your skin, they enter your bloodstream and stick around like a clingy ex. Fragrance is considered a trade secret, so companies can hide hundreds of chemicals under that one innocent word. Some of them can disrupt hormones or trigger allergies, but hey, at least you smell like moonlight desire. Basically, every spritz is an expensive way to marinate yourself in mystery toxins. Number 9. The cursed coffee cup. You grab a hot coffee, hold that innocent paper cup, and think, nice, biodegradable, eco-friendly vibes. Except most paper cups are lined with polyethylene plastic to keep them from leaking. That thin lining breaks down under heat, releasing microplastics right into your drink. Congratulations, you just ordered a latte with extra polymer. Over time, those microplastics can travel through your bloodstream, accumulate in your organs, and potentially mess with your immune system. So, next time you grab a simple morning coffee, remember it's not just caffeine giving you that jitter. Number 8. The nail polish nightmare. Painting your nails feels glamorous until you realize the fumes you're breathing could melt brain cells. Nail polish often contains toluene, formaldehyde, and dibutyl phthalate known as the toxic trio. They help polish stay smooth and shiny while slowly bullying your nervous system. Even non-toxic brands sometimes contain similar chemical cousins that haven't been studied yet. And that nail salon smell? It's basically the scent of volatile solvents begging for ventilation. Pretty nails, questionable organs. Choose your fighter. Number 7. The shampoo paradox. You wash your hair to feel clean, but the shampoo you're using might be the reason your scalp feels like a chemical crime scene. Sulfates create that satisfying foam, but they also strip natural oils and irritate your skin, add parabens and artificial fragrance, and suddenly you're exfoliating your endocrine system. Your scalp absorbs more than you think. It's like a sponge covered in follicles. So when you rinse that minty, revitalizing shampoo, remember, your body's chemical load just got a little heavier. In other words, your morning shower might be the most toxic relationship you're in, and you keep coming back every day. Number 6. The sweet poison in your soda. Artificial sweeteners are marketed like magical loopholes in physics, sweet without sugar, calories without guilt. But here's the truth, your brain doesn't buy it. When it tastes sweetness with no energy attached, it gets confused. Studies show this can mess with your appetite regulation and gut microbiome, like giving your metabolism a fake password. And then there's aspartame, the celebrity of chemical conspiracies. Once inside you, it breaks down into formaldehyde. Yep, the stuff used for preserving corpses, and methanol. Yep, the stuff that can make you go blind. Sure, it's safe in small doses, but so is standing near a microwave. In short, your zero-calorie soda might not be killing you, but it's definitely gaslighting your brain into doing the job itself. Number 5. The deadly glow of convenience. That non-stick pan you love, the one that lets your eggs glide around like they're skating at the Olympics, it's coated in and polyfluoroalkyl substances, PFAS for short. Scientists call them forever chemicals because they literally don't go away. Not in the environment, not in your body, not even in your grandkids. PFAS are linked to liver damage, cancer, and immune dysfunction, yet they're everywhere from waterproof jackets to popcorn bags. Every time that coating flakes off your frying pan, tiny particles of chemical immortality join your breakfast. Yum. And the worst part? You can't really escape them. PFAS have been found in polar bear, blood, rainwater, and human tears, probably from reading about PFAS. Basically, it's the glitter of the chemical world. Once it's here, it's never leaving. Number 4. The dust you breathe, the dust you are. You think dust is just dead skin and lint, right? Adorable. Modern house dust is more like a museum of chemicals, flame retardants, pesticides, microplastics, and heavy metals all chilling together like a toxic brunch. Every time you breathe in, you're sampling this invisible buffet. Babies crawling on the floor, they're basically vacuum cleaners with lungs. The EPA found that indoor air can be up to 5 times more polluted than outdoor air because everything you touch, spray, or sit on eventually ends up in dust form, swirling in a slow-motion snow globe of contamination. So when you're cleaning your house, you're not just tidying up, you're staging a chemical eviction notice. Number 3. The invisible ink of modern life. Now for the big one, ink. Yep, the receipts you touch, The magazines you flip through, the packaging you tear open, they're all coated with bisphenol compounds, BPA, BPS, BPF, pick your poison. They're absorbed through your skin in seconds and can mess with your hormones, fertility, and even brain chemistry. Those shiny receipts from the grocery store? They're basically tiny endocrine disruptor delivery systems. Cashiers, by the way, tend to have higher BPA levels than anyone else because their job is literally hand chemical paper to everyone, all day. So yes, the future is digital, but until then, maybe skip the receipt and let your hormones breathe a sigh of relief. Number 2. The plastic hormone party. You know that satisfying crinkle of a plastic water bottle? Yeah, every time you squeeze one, you're basically hugging a chemistry experiment gone rogue. Plastics like BPA and phthalates are endocrine disruptors, which means they sneak into your body pretending to be hormones. They don't act like hormones, though they're more like bad actors in a school play who think method acting means breaking the set. Your body gets confused. Your cells see these chemicals and go, "Oh cool, estrogen's here," and then chaos follows. These imposters can mess with reproduction, mood, metabolism, and even brain development. It's like your body's internal Wi-Fi gets hacked by a plastic fork. And here's the kicker. Even BPA-free plastic isn't innocent. Companies just swap one molecule for another with a slightly different name, but often the same creepy side effects. So while you're proudly sipping from that reusable bottle, the molecules inside are whispering, "Plot twist. I'm BPA's evil twin." Basically, your water bottle might be giving your hormones an identity crisis. Number 1. The scent of slow poison. Ah, fresh linen. Ocean breeze. Crisp morning dew. Whatever name your air freshener uses, it's lying. Those pleasant smells are actually volatile organic compounds, VOCs for short, aka airborne chemical chaos. They don't just float around politely either. They react with the air to form formaldehyde and ultrafine particles that hang out in your lungs like bad roommates. And the term fragrance on a label? It's a legal black box that can hide hundreds of undisclosed chemicals. So when your bathroom smells like lavender, what you're really breathing is a secret cocktail of solvents, preservatives, and hormone disruptors, wearing a floral disguise. Basically, you're not freshening the air, you're seasoning it with lung irritants. The hidden dangers built into modern life. Number 10. The water that's not really water. You turn on the tap and voila, clean water. Except, it's been through a chemical circus before reaching your glass. Chlorine, fluoride, microplastics, pharmaceutical residue, it's like a cocktail mixed by a mad scientist with a sense of irony. Researchers have found traces of antidepressants, birth control hormones, and even caffeine floating in municipal water systems. That means you're probably sipping a microscopic blend of everyone else's leftovers. Romantic, right? Even bottled water isn't safe. The plastic leaches chemicals, especially if left in the sun, and microplastic particles are now found in human blood and organs. So the next time you drink water for your health, just remember your hydration might come with a side of bonus nanoplastics. Cheers. Number 9. The air that ages you. Every breath you take in a city comes with a side of microscopic doom. Pollution particles are small enough to slip into your bloodstream and start a silent war inside your body. Inflammation, heart strain, even cognitive decline. Your skin? It hates this. Pollution accelerates aging by breaking down collagen, meaning your face is literally being sandblasted by the modern world. The irony? Air purifiers and fresh scent sprays often make it worse. Many use synthetic fragrances that release VOC's volatile organic compounds, which is just a fancy way of saying chemical soup that smells nice but slowly wrecks your lungs. So yeah, the air you breathe, indoors and out, is kind of like an invisible aging machine, except you pay rent to live inside it. Number 8. The food that pretends to be food. Modern supermarkets are like museums of edible lies. The bright packaging screams organic and natural, but turn it over and you'll find an ingredient list that looks like a chemistry experiment gone rogue. Emulsifiers, stabilizers, preservatives, these aren't spices. They're survival gear for your snack so it can outlive you by 3 presidencies. Processed foods mess with your gut microbiome, that friendly ecosystem in your stomach that keeps your body in balance. Kill those bacteria off with too much artificial stuff, and suddenly your immune system, mental health, and metabolism all start acting like rebellious teenagers. Oh, and the sugar? It's hiding everywhere in your bread, your healthy yogurt, even your salad dressing. Your brain loves it so much that it treats sugar like a drug, lighting up the same reward centers as cocaine. So when you can't stop eating chips at 2 a.m., it's not lack of willpower, it's biochemistry. You've basically been outsmarted by corn syrup. Number 7. The constant buzz of anxiety machines. Your phone buzzes. You check it. It's nothing important, but your brain doesn't know that. Every notification gives you a mini dopamine hit, a slot machine jackpot for your neurons. Over time, your attention span becomes a shredded mess, and you start twitching for your phone like a lab rat trained to crave blue dots. Studies show that even having your phone visible reduces cognitive performance. Your brain allocates resources just to resist the temptation of checking it, which is why you can't finish a sentence without peeking at your screen like it's whispering state secrets. And then there's doom scrolling, that late-night ritual of feeding your anxiety with global disasters and celebrity scandals. It's like pouring gasoline on your amygdala and lighting a match. Modern tech doesn't just steal your focus, it rents out space in your nervous system and redecorates it with flashing ads. Number 6. The walls that trap your brain. Humans spent 99% of history outdoors running, building, chasing, being chased. Now we live in little rectangular caves called offices and apartments. You stare at walls, screens, and artificial light all day, and your brain quietly panics like a zoo animal who's forgotten what trees look like. It's called nature deficit, and it messes with everything: mood, focus, immunity, and even creativity. Studies show just looking at greenery can lower blood pressure and boost memory, yet the closest thing most people see to a forest is a fake plant from IKEA. We built walls to protect ourselves from the wild. Now we're realizing we trapped our sanity inside with us. Number 5. The cleanliness that's making you sick. We scrub, sanitize, and disinfect everything because clean equals safe, right? Wrong. Your immune system was built for chaos. It needs bacteria, dirt, and microscopic drama to learn what's dangerous and what's not. Take that away, and it starts getting confused. Cue the rise of allergies, autoimmune diseases, and weird sensitivities to peanuts and sunlight. Hand sanitizers, antibacterial soaps, sterile wipes, they're all training your body to panic at the sight of a germ. You end up with skin barriers that are weaker, immune responses that overreact, and a gut that's as fragile as a Victorian orphan. Basically, your obsession with staying clean has made your immune system bored, and a bored immune system starts fights it can't finish. Number 4. The noise that's driving you insane. You might think you've tuned it out: the traffic hum, the phone pings, the distant leaf blower that apparently runs on pure hatred, but your brain hears it all. Constant background noise keeps your body in low-level fight or flight mode, quietly marinating your bloodstream in cortisol. It's called noise pollution, but it's really stress pollution. Studies show that people who live near airports or busy streets have higher rates of heart disease, insomnia, and even cognitive decline. Your nervous system doesn't care that it's just a sound. It hears danger and gets ready to punch a saber-toothed tiger that no longer exists. The worst part? Silence now feels weird. Your brain has gotten so used to chaos that peace itself feels uncomfortable, like stepping into a sensory vacuum. So you fill it with more noise playlists, podcasts, YouTube videos about 10 things killing you right now. Congratulations, you've been conditioned by civilization. Number 3. The convenience that's crippling you. You can order food without moving, talk to friends without leaving bed, and work without ever wearing pants. Sounds perfect until you realize your body evolved for constant motion, not perpetual comfort. Every modern convenience is secretly making you weaker, slower, and more dependent. You don't have to hunt, climb, or even lift anything heavier than your phone. Your muscles forget their jobs, your metabolism slows to a crawl, and your posture starts resembling a shrimp with Wi-Fi. Add in delivery culture and smart everything, and you've basically outsourced your survival instincts to apps. Convenience is seductive, it saves time but steals vitality. It's like trading your sword for a touchscreen and wondering why the world suddenly feels harder. Number 2. The comfort that breeds misery. Modern life sold us on one big lie, that happiness equals comfort. Soft beds, perfect temperatures, ergonomic everything. We're living in luxury, yet everyone's anxious and unfulfilled. Why? Because your brain evolved for challenge, not ease. When everything's comfortable, your reward system gets bored. You stop producing dopamine from small wins because there are no small wins, just endless convenience. So your brain starts looking for artificial struggle, overthinking, drama, pointless arguments online, anything to feel alive again. This is why people voluntarily do cold plunges, marathons, or digital detoxes. They're trying to trick their nervous system into remembering what being human feels like. Basically, you're so comfy that your brain invented suffering for fun. Number 1. The progress that's slowly undoing us. Here's the cruel irony of modern life. The more we advance, the more fragile we become. Every invention meant to save time, boost comfort, or make life safer comes with a hidden invoice paid in attention, health, or sanity. We built skyscrapers to escape nature, then paid for forest therapy. We invented the internet to connect humanity, then lost the ability to make eye contact. We cured diseases, but created new ones born from boredom, stress, and excess. Modern life isn't trying to kill you, it's just constantly offering shortcuts that your biology was never built to handle. Our ancestors fought predators and famine, we fight burnout and push notifications, and somehow, theirs seemed like the fairer deal. So yeah, the hidden dangers of modern life aren't in monsters or meteors. They're in the everyday comforts we never question. The couch, the phone, the quiet hum of convenience, all part of a very polite apocalypse.